Hey everyone, I'm back with more ladder climb. This is my free-to-play account, of course, so I built that Fiend deck, and I finished bronze in 8 more games. I did 8 games after I had concluded my last recording little session. So we're just gonna jump in right now with, the Fiend deck. Same deck as always. I haven't changed it at all. Mainly because it's hard to get cards if you're grinding the ladder. There's no rewards for playing ladder other than at the end of it. So if you want to change your deck around and you don't have a large collection, you're going to have to go back and draft and get more silver or play the Weekend Warrior or something like that. Viper Dave. I feel like I've played against this guy before. So my hand's kind of garbage. I'm going to play Static Shock and level up Death Current. Because I think Death Current's a little better to level than just burning out his face. Maybe just a little bit. So now I've got Fiend, and I can burn it out, or I could just not. I could cast Fiend and Remembrance. That's actually probably fine, because it puts a Fiend in my graveyard or my discard pile, so I can. I wonder why it's called discard pile. There's a. I know Magic calls it graveyard. Hex calls it the crypt. There's a lot of flavorful names for the discard pile. I'm surprised they just call it discard pile. Especially since it's already got a strong reanimation thing. Oh, well, whatever. So it looks like my opponent's playing, I'm not sure. Either playing a Wegu deck with Ruby Scale Dragon, or he's playing... Yeah, so he's playing Wegu Conjurer, which I've never played against. Not only with this deck, but just in general. Like, it's been such a long time since I played with it. It's actually kind of crazy. But let's go ahead and play Remembrance and Indomitable Fiend. I put my Fiend in front of his Crypt Conjurer. That way it could, just kill it. And I don't spawn a Fiend in front of it, which would not be good. I think in this matchup it's really important for me to be leveling up Death Currents, since they have Wegu, Conjurer, Duskmaw. Those are like their main threats if he's playing the traditional version. Ruby Scale Dragon's not a card I usually see, but it fits in with the Wegu theme, life, because it gains life. So I probably want to be leveling up any removal spells, like Death Current. Chaos Twister's okay, but I don't think he'll play in formation. That just seems very unlikely. Legion sharded it? That's very, very strange. If I get lucky with Death Current, I could kill it. So Tendril's my creature. It's not too surprising. Gains him life. Another Tendrils? Okay. So that's one Fiend in my dead pile, which is pretty nice. 8 plus 5 is 13, so I can Firestorm this if I miss on the... If I miss on the Death Current, I can still Firestorm it, because I just Static Shock it. Well, I should have Death Current before Static Shocked. Oh well. That's my mistake. Yeah, I didn't have very high hopes. I could cast Epidemic and Firestorm, but that doesn't change a whole lot. No, I can't cast both of those. I already cast Death Current. Well, this takes away his Ruby Scale Dragon. Leaves him with only one left. And still don't have any Echoes. So I didn't draw any Echoes in rank 1, which kind of sucks. But if I draw them really early in rank 2, we can make the most of it anyway. I do get to remove a Fiend from my deck here with Remembrance. And then I might just cast Undying Legacy on it. If he plays Wegu, I can Static Shock it. Actually, I can't, because it'll be +1 from the Ruby Scale Dragon. I guess I cast Remembrance and Firestorm. It's not great because I can't kill his Oros unless I double Firestorm. But I think I should have Firestormed first. I don't know what I was doing there. It's still the right play, even though it's much worse because I damaged my own Fiend like an idiot. It's still the play. I should have just had an 8-8 in play instead of an 8-3, but I wasn't thinking. Okay, so there's double Echoes. That should help. I drew the Death Current, which kind of sucks, but I do have another one. So hopefully he doesn't drop Wegu here, because that would be kind of difficult to deal with. Ruby Scale Dragon? He's leveled 3 Ruby Scale Dragons. That's a lot of Ruby Scale Dragons. Assuming he has 3 Wegus, he's a good shot at having one here. Well, I guess not. Yeah, see, Varix Embrace wouldn't even killed my guy if, I played correctly. But now he gets a lot of health off this Oros and does me a lot of damage. So I'm gonna have to fight through that. One good thing about Duskmaw is that it doesn't kill creatures anymore. It just gives them -9, I believe, at rank 1. So Duskmaw is nowhere near as good as killing undominable fiends as it used to be. Okay, that's nice. 14/14s. Block just creatures. Now I can't Duskmaw them. Now I can cast Static Shock, Firestorm, or Death Current maybe. I should exit. I don't think I have any Undying Fiends in my deck, or in my discard pile. Because if I have one in my deck, that means I don't have any. Oh, I don't have any in my deck. I should exit the game and re-enter just so I can look at my discard pile. I don't remember if I think I had a Fiend in my last hand. So casting Remembrance is not even that bad. Level 2 Vyrix Embrace. That doesn't do a whole lot other than gain him life. And it's odd that he chose to use it on this one. Okay, so I think post-combat I just cast Death Current and Remembrance. I'm positive I have got a guy in my graveyard now. Yeah, I don't want to cast Firestorm on this board. It's going to be better to just cast Static Shock his face, Death Current, and Remembrance. That gives me a 14/14, and it removes the last of the Indomitable Fiends from my deck. Granted, which means Remembrance is a dead draw, but that's the price I'm willing to pay for not having to draw Fiend anymore. Okay, so if I get super lucky, I draw another Echoes here. I guess it's not even super lucky. Yeah, there's the Echoes. The rest of my hand sucks, though. So it looks like I'm probably going to cast Burnout on one of his creatures. Maybe Dreadbolt if he plays level 1. But he's got, like, what, 3 level 2 Ruby Scale Dragons? Because he'd, like, jam those things like crazy. That's only an 8/11. Okay, so I can burn that out to kill it, unless he shrinks this with something. Decent Sludge is okay. It's kind of awkward, because I don't think he's going to be over 120 for very long. But I can Dreadbolt this. It's one of the few things I can Dreadbolt. Though it's better to just cast Burnout on this Crypt Conjurer. And then let damage happen, and then just Immortal Echoes back something. He didn't get any life off that Crypt Conjurer. So I deal a bunch of damage to him. He's still over 120. But not for very long, I think. The bad thing about playing ConjuWegu decks is you have no board clear. Like, you don't have access to Patron of Tarsus. You don't have access to Ambriel's Edict. All you've got is Epidemic. And Duskmaw is nowhere near as good as he used to be at controlling the board, so you can't even really rely on him. Since he doesn't kill large creatures anymore, he kills a little on level threats. I think I can look up the stats on Tendrils of Twilight. Tendril, because he's already played one. It's -7, -7, -9, -9, -11, -11. So it mostly kills all level 1 creatures, but then it doesn't do enough. Like, it's only -9, -9, and -11, -11. That's not enough to kill a level 2 or level 3 creature. It just severely hampers them. So, like, it used to be you could just play Duskmaw and then, like, a level 1 Duskmaw and a level 1 Tendrils to kill their level 3, and that was really strong. Like, imagine if you're playing against a leveling deck, and they just jam a Krogius down, and you're pretty dead to it, but you draw a Duskmaw and a Tendrils. You're like, oh, well, I could just play this level 1 Duskmaw and then this level 1 Tendrils, and look, his level 3 Krogius is dead. That's pretty nice. But now it would just give him -7, -7, and then you lose to Krogius. So you can see how it sort of went. Oh, I remember. This guy has timed me out before. That's why I remember his name, because I had to stare at it for so long. So I'm going to exit the game and re-enter it, just in case he conceded and the client didn't register it. If that's the case, then it just won't let me load back into the game. But it looks like he's actually thinking or intentionally timing me out. Either way, I'm going to pause it and wait for him to come back. Seems fair? I think so. So, where'd my board go? Okay, there we go. So I'm going to pause it here, and I'll be back for probably the victory screen. And there we go. There's the win. So on a win streak, as you can see, that's how you can climb the ladder really quickly, is if you don't lose. Though I guess this deck isn't the best for that, because it's kind of inconsistent. Sometimes you just like don't draw Echoes, and you can lose that way. But hopefully not. I'll keep climbing. So this is what, against Wegu? Hopefully get a little more deck variety as we climb the ranks. I don't know how many games I'll record in silver, but maybe it's going to be a few. We'll see.